We're going to follow the money through every single stage of a plane's life. We'll start with the basics, the rent. Then we'll look at the clever ways they make money mid-lease. Uncover the big profits at the end of the line. And finally, check out how some smart financial plays add to the bottom line.
Okay, first up, let's get the core business down. At its heart, this is all about owning planes to make a profit. And that pretty much makes these companies the ultimate landlords for the entire aviation world.
So, what exactly is an aircraft leaser? Well, simply put, it's a company that goes out and buys brand new planes, like this ATR 72-600 turboprop, directly from manufacturers. Then, they turn around and lease them out to airlines all over the world. The idea sounds simple, but trust me, how they do it, that's where the real genius is.
All right, let's get into the money. The foundation of this entire business really rests on two key pillars: the rent they charge and the strategic rights they own. So their main tool is something called an operating lease. You can just think of it as a long-term rental contract. For an airline, this is amazing. You get a shiny new plane without having to pay that massive upfront cost. And for the lessor, it means a steady, predictable river of cash month after month. This is the absolute bedrock of their entire financial model.
Now, what's so cool about this is it shows two very different ways they make money right from the start. First, you've got the obvious one, lease rental income. That's the fixed rent paid every month just like you would for an apartment. But second, and this is just brilliant, is the sale of purchase rights. See, these lessors order planes in huge batches, so they get to lock in delivery slots years in advance. They can then sell the right to that slot to an airline for a big premium, making a profit before they even lay a finger on the plane itself.
But the income doesn't just stop with that monthly rent check. Oh no! A huge part of this business is managing the aircraft during the lease and finding all sorts of ways to generate revenue from it.
One of the most clever tools they have is the maintenance reserve. Here's how it works. The airline pays extra fees every month into a special fund. That money is set aside for huge, expensive maintenance events. But here's the kicker. If that maintenance ends up costing less than what's in the fund, or if the lease ends before a big checkup is even due, any leftover cash goes straight into the lessor's pocket as pure profit. They can literally make money from maintenance that never even happens.
And the lease agreement itself, it's basically a treasure map of potential income streams. If an airline wants to end the lease early, boom, there's a termination fee. If they want to keep the plane longer, you guessed it, an extension fee. And just like any landlord, they charge for late payments and can keep security deposits. Every single clause in that contract is designed to be a potential source of revenue.
Okay, let's fast forward to the end of the lease. This is a massive moment for the lessor. They have a big decision to make, with two very, very profitable paths to choose from.
On the left, you've got path number one, take the plane back. Now, these leases have ironclad rules about the plane's condition. If it's not absolutely perfect, right down to the wear on the tires, the airline has to pay a cash settlement. On the right, you've got path two, just sell the plane. Here, the goal is all about getting its full market value and ideally walking away with a huge capital gain.
And this quote just perfectly illustrates how much money is in selling these planes. This comes from a top exec at a leasing company. And it shows that selling aircraft isn't just something they do on the side. It's a core part of their entire strategy. These guys are active traders, always buying and selling to make their fleet better and lock in those profits.
Finally, let's look at the income that has less to do with the planes themselves and more to do with just being really, really good at managing money.
These companies are sitting on mountains of cash from all those deposits and reserve payments. And that money isn't just sitting in a checking account. It's constantly earning interest. Plus, since they're global businesses, they're dealing with all sorts of currencies, leasing in US dollars, maybe financing in euros. By expertly managing these currency swings, they can make a ton of money from the financial markets alone.
So, when you put all of these pieces together, what does the business actually look like? Well, it's a super diversified and incredibly resilient system.
A chart like this really tells the story. You can see that while the rent is the biggest piece of the pie, it's not the whole story, not by a long shot. You've got huge chunks of income coming from selling planes, from all those maintenance fees, from trading purchase rights, and from financial income. It's this mix that makes the business so incredibly strong.
And that's really the main takeaway here, diversification. Because they make money from every single part of a plane's life, from the moment it's ordered to the day it's sold for scrap, they've built a business model that can handle just about anything. If lease rates go down, maybe sale prices go up. It's this balance that's the key to their success.
So, the next time you're on a flight, looking out that window, you might see a bit more than just clouds.
You'll be looking at a complex, multi-million-dollar asset that's at the center of this incredible web of revenue streams, all managed by the unseen and very wealthy landlords of the sky.